tonight? What are you grateful for this Wednesday? That is what we want to know. Tell me about your day and what you are grateful for today. That is what I want to know. What is happening in your world? What is shaking and baking? We're going to give you lots to talk about tonight. I'm thrilled to have you here on this Wednesday, the 16th of March, 2022. 2022. Hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. Dazzle and the pets of resale. It is treat time. I've had a lot of pets on the phone when I've been calling stores this week. Hey, Kitty, how are you? A lot of pets have been right there when I have been. Hey, Sylvia, great to have you here live. A lot of pets on the phone this week. I don't know what it is this week. They're sensing the soon-to-arrive spring. Where springing ahead has screwed up everybody's household this week. Yay, Jen! Congratulations! 6,000 likes. Woo! That is an accomplishment. That is an accomplishment. We're going to talk about that, Jen. We're going to talk about that. Thanks for bringing it up. You got Princess on your lap there, Kitty. That's good. That is good. They have been, seems like everywhere I called, the call I was on just before coming live, the dog, like dogs do. They bark to get up. They bark to get down. Little dog. And wants to be on the couch, doesn't want to be on the couch. You know how that goes. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. And you can find us there. Any problems with Facebook, hop on over to YouTube. And Cassandra has the link to YouTube in the show comments. Thank you, Cassandra. Let's get going tonight on this hump day with the Stay Positive book. As soon as I positively find my glasses, there they are. Need to give them a cleaning later. Tonight we are on page 40 in the Stay Positive book. Love all of it. Love the struggle because it makes you appreciate your accomplishments. Love challenges because they make you stronger. Love competition because it makes you better. Love negative people because they make you more positive. Love those who have hurt you. I wanted to say chutzpah. Love the chutzpah. I don't know. That's the bring out the Yiddish in me. Love those who have hurt you because they teach you forgiveness. Love fear because it makes you courageous. I told you I had to clean my glasses. I need to clean my glasses. That is a good Stay Positive, and that really goes to my overall topic tonight. With that Stay Positive. Love the challenges. Love the adversity. Love it all. And I broke out the good scotch tonight. And the good glass tonight. And I broke that out so that I could toast you all. It was 2 years tomorrow, March 17th, 2020, when you all knew there was no doubt the world had changed. March 17th, 2020. March 17th, 2020 was the night that little did I know, March 17th, 2020, 2 years ago, or March 16th, 2020, when I was on my way back from a road trip, that would be my last road trip for 2 years. Little did I know that I would wake up March 17th, 2020, and I would be broadcasting every night for 650 plus nights consecutively. Bringing you the latest and greatest and whatever topic that we drew to. That was 2 years ago tomorrow. I broadcast a little bit before that because we were all getting concerned, in the week leading up to that, the whole Tom Hanks thing, the NBA shutting down, the NHL shutting down, all of that leading up to March 17th, the culmination on March 17th, when I started broadcasting every day. Kind of random at first, as far as time, before you guys said, hey, can you get consistent with your time? And we came up with more eight than ish. It does feel like 10 years, Kitty. We have all, I don't want to say aged. Aged is the wrong word, Kitty. Aged, it is a crazy look back. But I don't want to say that we have aged because of it. We have grown because of it. You have grown. You have grown. Your team has grown. Your store has grown. You are not the same person you were on March 16th, 2020. You are not the same store you were in March of 2020. You don't have the same business you had running the same way. You have adapted. You have evolved. You have triumphed. You have triumphed. Okay, you have triumphed. Okay, in the 2 years that have passed. Okay, to be here with me tonight, to still be here, and I'm in blue tonight because you guys like me in blue better. You have triumphed. You have grown in ways that you never thought possible. Okay, I mean, Jen talking about being, hitting 6,000 likes. 1 year ago today was stimulus day. At least right now, the refund checks for IRS are starting to go out. But you have grown, okay? Many of you, Jen talked about hitting 6,000 likes on Facebook. And many of you never did a Facebook Live before 2 years ago, before sometime in the last 2 years. I know some of you are still inching into that. Some of you never grew an email list, which is part of also what I want to encourage Jen to do, to make sure she's growing something that she owns. I understand why. I understand why you'd say it was a fog. And I would trade that, Rose. Rose, I would trade that phrase for a blur of accomplishment. A blur of accomplishment. As entrepreneurs, we suck. We suck at taking score of all that we accomplish. As an entrepreneur, it is really easy for you to list all the things you didn't do, all the things that didn't happen. Hey, Carrie, how are you? All the things that went wrong in your world. Okay, it takes real work to list your accomplishments, and it is why it is so important. Even the other day, Cassandra and I actually drove into work together, first time in a long time, and on the way home, she was like, well, what did you do today and everything else? And I'm like, I didn't really do anything. Or maybe it was the day before when I was in the home office. And she came home and I'm like, I didn't really do anything today. And so, you feel unaccomplished. And then I started looking down at my phone log of all the different stores I talked to today. And this one was 45 minutes, and that one was an hour. And this one was, I talked to this person for half an hour. And I'm like, oh, I did this. And she was like, well, was that all you got done? And she was sarcastic about it. But, really, entrepreneurs, you guys are terrible about it. We all are, okay? It is part of the entrepreneur badge of honor, okay, that we are always pushing harder. We are always looking more. We are always stating our accomplishments. Yes, Rose, you do need to get out there beyond your store, and I can't speak to the dating world except for Rebecca is now dating, The other day, she had a Zoom date where they watched Red Panda, via Zoom. Okay, a Zoom date is what worked into both their schedules. I get it, but I don't have to get it. So you look at this and you do this, okay, but you need to take a step back, and take stock of what you accomplish each and every day. These little steps forward, and you have made an unbelievable amount of step forward in the last 2 years. We were looking at our processing the other day of how much more we're getting processed and how much faster. And I'll delve more into the actual what we're doing in our process to be faster, to be better on another show, because it is a worthy topic. Okay, it is a worthy topic. But essentially, we're 7 times faster than we were in 2019. We're handling more inventory, and we're taking pictures of that same clothes that we weren't doing in 2019 of all that. And so that is an accomplishment, okay, and one that we had underplayed when we were first looking at it. But when you look at all the different things that have happened and have changed in your business since 2019, live shows, Facebook selling, listing on Instagram, listing on your own website, listing on eBay, Poshmark, Tradesy, listing wherever, anybody, trying to track people down wherever, shipping product that you never shipped orders before, doing curbside pickup, doing curbside drop off. All the variety of things you have done, okay, to still be here and still standing in 2022. And that is quite amazing and is something to take a step back, to celebrate, to homage is the wrong word, but honor yourself, look in the mirror and say, hey, wow, I've accomplished an awful lot. I mean, I'm looking at myself in the mirror right now. I have 3 screen views of me right now. We have accomplished a lot. And I am proud of all of you for all that you have accomplished. And NARCS has accomplished a lot. We're going to have our first in-person conference. We'll be ending 88 days from now, okay? It'll be the 13th of June, and we will be packing up from our first in-person conference in more than 2 years, and that will be truly amazing. I am looking forward to that. But while I want you to stop and take a breath, while I want you to appreciate all that you've accomplished, while you appreciate that, I want you to understand that what got you here, okay, that energy, that ability to diversify, that ability to take things to a whole nother level, okay, to level up your business, that knowledge, that native ability that you exist, adaptability, exists within you to take your business yet again to the next level. Okay, because it doesn't matter where you're at, okay? You can one up, you can be better. You have to invest, you have to look at your business has an infinite, you have to have an infinite mindset of your business. There's not a finish line, there's not a tape that you cross, you're running across in the races. I think of the races like Bonnie Kallenberg would run and she'd cross the finish line. There's not that in business, okay? It is taking you and your business to the next level. It is adapting your business so that you can grow yet again. It is challenging yourself, your team, your business, okay, to the life of excellence you know you can further achieve. To getting back out there and dating, to creating life and saying, my baby, my business will be okay if I'm not there, so you can go date Rose. Or whatever goals you want to accomplish. More time at home with the pets. Okay, more time in St. Louis Kitty with Sarah. just more time. Okay, these things matter. Okay, and creating yourself a business, a team, and a life of excellence is a part of what's next for you. Because I know a lot of you feel that you've had to not stop. And I'm telling you now, you can take a breath, you can assess how far you've come, and you can say, I'm going to go further. I'm going to keep on this infinite road. I'm going to keep moving forward. Okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be with the same intensity. It doesn't have to be the nonstop pace, but you can do it. Okay? You can do it. And your business and your team, and quite honestly, you're ready for it. You are ready to level up. And so at the 2-year mark here, as we enter year 3, this is an endemic. The virus is going to be with us. Now the news media is all excited at the BA2 variant. I mean, it sounded like, when I heard BA2, I'm like, it sounded like a droid from Star Wars. There's going to be variants. There's going to be things. It's not going away. Neither has the common cold. Neither is the flu. They're not going away. And that's okay. Okay, you have adapted and you are living with this just fine. Your business is living, your customers are coming back, they are there. So that is my important, that is the important part of my message for you tonight. I got a few other things, but I am celebrating you tonight. And that's why I got out the good scotch, not the Costco scotch. The fancy scotch that Rebecca bought me for the holidays. That I sip. That I sip. I don't get into the fancy scotch too often. And to show you that the world is in a different place, Congress agreed on something today. Now, bipartisan support for something today. Thank you, Jen. Cheers to you as well. Bipartisan support in Congress, okay? The Senate actually passed a bill with members of both parties voting for it. Are you ready for what it is? That daylight savings time, we shouldn't change the clocks. The Senate voted unanimously back the bill to make daylight savings time permanent. And it is headed to the House, and it is not guaranteed passage. But that would be interesting if we could get the House to approve that and no more time change. I don't know what it would do to all our, what we would do, how we would know to change the batteries in our smoke detectors, but maybe we could have an anniversary party of when we used to change the clocks. An anniversary party for when we used to change the clocks. Yeah. I thought this was interesting. Okay, and I mentioned this. Okay, our friends at Starbucks are going to phase out their iconic cup as they work to recycle, and they're working on this whole recycling thing. But that isn't the real news. What if I told you Starbucks was getting into the gas business? Okay, some of you would be like, what? Starbucks wants to be the future of gas stations, and to do that, they are going to build out a network of EV charging stations at their stores, okay, at their cafes. Okay, Starbucks has long wanted to be your third home. That is their goal, okay, they're your third place. You have home, you have work, you have Starbucks. Okay, they want to be the third place you go every day. Your third place. And if they become the gas station of the future, that could very well do it. Gas stations themselves are not embracing this, okay? You have this whole network of gas stations around the country, and they are not embracing EV technology to fill up. Well, you're fancy there in New Mexico, Kelly, and but this is what Starbucks is doing, and I think it's really smart. I think 10 years from now we will look at that and say, "Whoa, Starbucks was way ahead of the curve, way ahead of the curve." In addition, what they don't talk about in that is that that there's a lot of government subsidies now to help build that out, which I'm sure Starbucks will take advantage of. But the idea that they want to be, that is part of how they get to be the third spot. And I think that is a very interesting, it's not looked at as a marketing move right now, but I think that is a very interesting tactic, because that is one of the biggest things with EVs and the hesitancy, even though adoption of electric vehicles is on the rise, it still hasn't hit a huge percentage of car sales because of the lack of infrastructure to go far. You know, how am I supposed to go on one of my cross-country trips if there's no way to charge it and charge it quickly and affordably? So just something to keep in mind that I want to know about. I thought this was interesting. The lowest cost of living in the United States, they were one of the first to offer free Wi-Fi. That is correct. That's again how you become the spot. How you become the spot. How you become the spot. Orangeburg County, South Carolina. Orangeburg County, South Carolina boasts the lowest cost of living in the United States, according to Insider. According to their Economic Policy Institute's Family Budget Calculator, you are able to live there as a single person making $14.50 an hour. At $14.50 an hour, you can more than support yourself in Orangeburg County, South Carolina, and have money left over. Our friends at the National Retail Federation are predicting a 6 to 8% rise in retail sales this year, taking it to $4.86 trillion in 2022. And so that is a good thing. Interestingly enough, also happening with our friends in Congress, they're voting on a bill in the House tomorrow about arbitration. You know, most clauses, many contract clauses, and it's common in employment contracts, have an arbitration first clause that you can't just directly sue, you have to go through an arbitration. And this bill in the House would eliminate that. I'm not quite sure where that's going to go, but it's interesting to keep an eye on. You know, the reality is it's expensive to sue. It takes a lot of money and time, so I'm not sure where that's going. I'm not sure that that's good for anybody. Although the mandatory contracts, I'm not sure are good either. So we'll see. Speaking of suing, a Boston restaurant company has sued their insurer, and there is mounting case law. So, if you remember back 2 years ago, March, a lot of you were like, where's my business interruption insurance? What's it doing for me? Well, Davio's, this restaurant chain in Boston, which actually has a lot of high-end restaurants, actually went through this with their insurer, and because they didn't have interruption insurance when they had a fire many years ago. And they were told to get interruption insurance to cover them for anything, including things, and their policy didn't specifically have a virus exclusion. So it's an interesting tactic that they're going after with their insurance. They're actually saying that the virus isn't specifically excluded, favors the restaurant, because in the absence of specific language, it should be voted towards them. So a lot of these cases, again, very expensive cases, are working their way through the courts on business interruption insurance. I am still betting in the long run we end out with a pandemic. Not that most companies will get anything from this, but I am betting at some point down the road we end out with a pandemic risk insurance policy that is part of people's policies, that where the federal government is the backstop for that. So we'll keep an eye on that, but that is what I am expecting from that perspective. Our friends at the SBA have also, have extended the deferment for EIDL loans. Economic injury disaster loans, payments were supposed to begin for loans in the next month or two, depending on when you originally got. There was a 24-month deferment on economic injury disaster loans. That deferment has now been extended to 30 months from your loan origination. Again, that's 30 months in government math. So that could be 29 months or 31 months, depending on when in the month you actually got your disbursement from the SBA. And if you have received a secondary disbursement, it is based on 30 months from your original date of disbursement. So another 6 months of deferment. Interest does continue to accrue at 3.75% if you are a for-profit company, 2.75% if you are a not-for-profit. So an extra 6 months of deferment from our friends at the SBA. You can make payments. You can find out your balance. That is available. The links to it are in the NARTS Facebook group. They're also over at narts.org/resalestrong. You have to create 2 different accounts with the government, one to find your balance and another to make a payment. So just be aware that that does exist, but also be aware and be thankful that you now have another 6 months. The SBA has said they will not resume mailing out statements yet, but they will be sending periodic email notices to you reminding you that you have a balance. So just be aware of that. Again, I never recommend clicking those links in those SBA letters. Go right to the sites that we have at narts.org/resalestrong. Just to make sure. There's a lot of fraud going on out there. There's a lot of fraud, and I don't want you to get caught up in that. So be careful what links you click. Be careful of what links you click. So that is good news. But this is on a good news night. Some would look at this as a sad anniversary. I look at this as a happy anniversary. 2 years later, you are stronger, you are better, your business is better, your team is better, okay? And it will keep you and your team will keep on getting better as you continue to create a life of excellence, a business of excellence, and a team of excellence. I know you can do it. And kick it up to the next level. That is what I know. You know what else I know? This video and everything I talk about goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you. All the files, all the links, everything, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yeah, you know what you can do. Ring that bell. Ring it so you know when another one drops. You can also share that with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody take their business to the next level. I'm here every Sunday and Wednesday at More Ache Than Ish, live in the Narts private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Stay Positive book. The Stay Positive book was built for you and your mindset. Tonight we're on page 40. Love all of it. Love the struggle because it makes you appreciate your accomplishments. Love challenges because they make you stronger. Love competition because it makes you better. Love negative people because they make you more positive. Love those who have hurt you because they teach you forgiveness. Love fear because it makes you courageous. No complaining challenge. Go a week without complaining about anything and see how it changes your life and your team. Instead of complaining about what you don't have, appreciate what you do have. Instead of complaining about other people, think about something good about them. Instead of complaining about problems, look for solutions. Focus on the positive and help overcome negativity. Share and invite friends and coworkers to take the challenge too. No complaining challenge. No complaints from me, people. No complaints. Stay positive. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, an anniversary of the pandemic party. I don't know. We will party again. We will party in person this June at the NARTS conference. Have you registered yet? You can win. There's prizes, people. Prizes. People like prizes. I will see you there. But until then, and until Sunday at More 8 Than Ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running this store. I'll see you Sunday. It's time for dinner.